Hello everyone, my name is Abhinay, and today we will be exploring the subject of pandemics in the Middle Ages. The greatest mass murders in history have been global pandemics, just like the coronavirus which is devastating many countries currently. We have lost millions of lives over a short period of time, and the numbers just keep rising. Looking at the ill situation that we are going through today, I wondered about the reasons why pandemics have occurred throughout history. More specifically, looking at the root causes and reasons behind the pandemics in the Middle Ages. Being part of a pandemic is nothing new for us humans. Rather, it has been in our history since the time of the Peloponnesian War. Well then, why did the Middle Ages fail to control the bubonic plague, or the more life-threatening Black Plague? Was it because there was a lack in science, or was the Middle Ages really that bad at keeping good hygiene and health? During the Middle Ages, the bathing conditions and sanitary standards played a major role in the amount of lives lost between the Middle East and Europe. The architecture of a society, the social-political condition, or other markers that make up a society did not determine if they had strength in fighting off the spread of infectious disease. Instead, their bathing conditions showed their true strength. Many European societies didn't include an adequate amount of bathhouses because Europe took bathing as a religious conflict and did not promote it as it was frowned upon. Contrastingly, many Islamic cities experienced pandemics to a lesser degree than European cities because of the emphasis on bathing, advancement in science, and inspirational philosophers and physicians. As Professor Zarate highlights one such philosopher, Avicenna, who rightly mentioned that medicine is a science from which one learns the states of human body with respect to what is healthy and what is not, in order to preserve good health when it exists and restore it when it's lacking. Avicenna points out that learning medicine allows for us to understand the fundamentals of good health and bad health, and knowing this will allow us to become stable when something has gone wrong. During the Middle Ages, there should have been an emphasis on medicine in places like Europe, but the lack of it was the main reason behind the loss of many innocent people. The works of philosophers such as Avicenna and al-Ghazali established an environment in the Middle East where advancement in science and philosophy was highly encouraged. In my research, I suggested that reasoning promoted by science should be followed rather than irrational and emotional thinking. This thought process was also illuminated by Avicenna. Avicenna stated that knowledge of a thing is attained only through a knowledge of the causes and the origins. What Avicenna is trying to elaborate is that one should first diagnose something deeply to get knowledge from it. This was the case in the Middle East, when they first sought to understand how the diseases is spread and the effects it has on people. Through their gained knowledge, they were able to prescribe remedies such as bloodletting, herbal medicine, and it also led to the recognition of the importance of bathhouses. On the other hand, Europe disregarded their filthy conditions. They were rigid towards changing and solely relied upon praying for the plague to go away. A pandemic is surely a devastating event for any civilization, and is sure to test its coordination and medical strength. The medieval ages were no exception, and were plagued with some of the worst pandemics such as bubonic plague and Black Death. Filth, unclean water, crowded places, all contributed to the development of pandemics, but most importantly, the lack of bathing and emotionally connecting the pandemics to an angry God caused the loss of many lives, poor and rich, small and big. In times like these, people rely on advances in science and coordination to retard the spread, but instead, the medieval ages were only focused on praying for God's mercy and neglecting bathing, which cost them many lives. Many lessons are to be learned from previous pandemics to protect oneself and loved ones from future harm. Cultures that coordinate well and enhance their medical knowledge are usually successful, and the Middle Ages were no exception. Those that neglected their sanitary duties due to irrational fears are often devastated at rapid loss of life that pandemics are sure to bring. We must always be medically, socially, and emotionally adapt for the next mass murder that may visit us without warning. Thank you.